So the dream, I was incarcerated, and we were all in like an open area, all the other prisoners, and the guards had brought in 2 prisoners, and these prisoners were like super scary and super badass, right? They had like these prisoners like on chains, the guards, they were so bad that they had to be able to restrain them if they got out of control, right? And the fear that I had when seeing them was so intense that I backed up in the dream to a wall. And they were doing things to the other inmates that were out of line. Because besides them, you had some of the other inmates that they was badass and all kind of shit too. But these 2 put everybody in fucking check. And like the energy that I could feel within them was so evil. So it was a scary feeling within that dream. And when I woke up, I knew, okay, I remember every damn thing, and I need to speak to my spirit team about this because there's some things that I need to work on. So after discussing it with my spirit team, I learned that it was a past life. And my soul was an incarcerated person in the past. He went to prison, spent time in there. Before he got to prison, he was sexually abused by both his parents, his mom and his father. He was verbally and physically abused by his father. But the great thing to note is that he had worked that shit out and he had forgiven him, right? So I didn't have to work in that area. However, I had to do work with his cellmate that he had. When he was locked up, his cellmate was RAPing him, and he was just totally overpowering my soul in this lifetime. And it was so horrendous that my soul, he never forgave his cellmate for all the shit that he had to go through. And he never forgave himself, I learned as well. He blamed himself for being abused by his parents. So there's 2 different things that I had to assist him with, right? So I was able to help him out with his cellmate. So, and mind you, I have been going through some shit in this lifetime. I'm making up for a lot of shit that my soul has done in different past lives. So I got hit hard this fucking lifetime. So I ended up getting a couple of roommates this lifetime, right? My first roommate, this was in my late 20s. I had a roommate, and I totally did not get the karmic lesson completed with her because we bumped heads. She cussed me out, and I ended up cussing her out, and we parted ways, and nothing was ever repaired, right? So I ended up getting another roommate, and there was some challenges that I had to face with her. But this time I had knowledge of my spirit team, and I was actively conscious. This is happening. This is before I even learned about the past life. I just knew that to be mindful of all the relationships that I have with people, right? So there were certain things that my roommate was doing that I didn't agree with, which the old me would have responded a totally different way. But my new healed self was able to take a different approach, a positive approach, and I was able to forgive her for some things that she did, which would have really rubbed me the wrong way, and I wouldn't have been able to easily forgive like that. So how I know it worked was I was laying down, and I could feel like this sensation with all of my body. It was like this energy, and it's these sensations that you feel, they're not always the same types of sensations. So I knew this type of sensation was some deep work that was happening with me. So when I asked the spirit team about what's happening, they allowed me to know that was the end of a karmic cycle, and it went back to my past life. I connected the two by me repairing what I had repaired with my roommate the second time. I was able to end that karmic cycle because I repaired it, right? So woohoo! Now the part with him forgiving himself, I had Okay, so there's a lot of different things in my life happening now. There's a lot of people that I have been able to forgive, and there are some that I have not been able to forgive yet. So my spirit team let me know it is through me forgiving these folks that I would be able to end that karmic cycle for that past life that he lived. So I thought that was very interesting, and I thought I would share that with you all. And this has definitely been life-changing for me to learn all these things and the type of work that I can do to repair all these things. And this is the type of work that I am implementing into working with incarcerated people. This is the alternative type of care that they are not currently receiving right now. Because these types of things can help transform our life in ways that we couldn't even dream possible, right? Because I am experiencing a version of me that I never thought possible. Like, I'm fucking roaming around in my kumbaya spirit. Shit that was bothering me is no longer bothering me. It's becoming more difficult for people to penetrate my freaking happy bubble. So it's a wonderful experience. And so this type of spiritual work is the type of work that is not, we're not seeing this type of work being implemented into our prison systems, right? And on a spiritual level, these things have to be addressed. The energy has to be repaired, and it is through the work of the actual person. And if a person does not understand how this works, they're not going to be able to do this independently, right? So these are the things that I am introducing into the prison population, so we can help repair it in a way that we have not seen it repaired to date. So yes, if you have any questions, just drop me a line and I'll try to respond as best as I can. But I'm hoping to get some feedback from you all. This is a mission that I can't do just independently. I need your help as well. So any feedback would be extremely helpful. Have a wonderful weekend.